taking some time, Gary, because I don't think I could have spoke right after Ms. Pence. Ms. Pence and Councilwoman Hedge Morrell, you paid us the highest possible compliments because who we wanted to serve is the city of New Orleans and this surrounding community and the residents. And so I don't have anything to say beyond that, but I did want to thank you for coming today. And I do want to take a couple minutes to just say a couple things and call out some folks. You all have done a great job of identifying a lot of the partners that work. But I really thank the representatives of the state and the city, the Housing Authority of New Orleans, and all of you that are here for coming and having a day to say thanks and having a day to celebrate what is quite an accomplishment. I also want to just echo what Reverend Thibodeau said, and we've been just wholly blessed because with safety, with weather, with the kind of people who have come to work at the site, the kind of people who have come to live at the site. It's an incredible group of people, and so we have been so blessed, and I want to thank God for that, as Reverend Thibodeau did as well. On behalf of my partners, it's been a privilege to lead this development. We're here today at a key milestone. This is phase one, and I point to that, phase one. There are many more phases, many more aspects. We're already under construction on phase two and the first phase of the schools. And so we invite you back many more times to continue to celebrate this and really realize the vision that the community and the city and the council and the state had for this place. We don't often enough take time to thank people. I just wanted to point out a few others that I want to thank specifically related to this. Councilwoman Hedge Morrell, we want to thank you. Noel and I want to thank you again. The fact that you are on our case and obsessed has made this better. And it's also given us, very importantly, it's given us the opportunity to say, this is what the community wants. It's one thing for Noel and myself and our staff to say something like that, but when the representative of the community that knows it inside and out says, that's what I want, it makes a whole lot of difference. And so that has been allowed us to do the right thing. And the fact that we've had a chance of exceeding your expectations just blows me away, because that was the highest standard. So thank you very much. I want to thank the other representatives from the city and the councilwoman and the mayor that couldn't be here. We've had so much support from the city of New Orleans. This is a city that had incredible challenges and resources, but and as difficult as that's been, there's been great cooperation with us. We've had great support from New Orleans Police Department that's far exceeded our expectations, starting with Major Elder and Officer Morrell, and I think we have 16 or 18 police officers who live at the site. Their support has been incredible. We've had great support from the utilities and the sewer and water board and other utilities. It's not easy what they're up against, and we recognize that. And every once in a while we have frustration getting a water meter, but we have had they have been cooperative at every step and eased away at every step. We have one of the prettiest water pump stations now out front, thanks to the foresight of the sewer and water board. So, and every step of the way, I want to just thank the city for your work. We talked about a number of funding partners that we had, and this is an assortment of an incredible array of public and private funders, and we thank you. The Housing Authority, we have representatives from FEMA here. FEMA has put in significant funding in this community that has not gotten as much attention as we'd like, but they have a very significant role here through the Housing Authority as a partner. LHFA and Milton Bailey's leadership has been absolutely instrumental in making this happen. And as was mentioned, the piggyback program is something unique that we've seen in the United States that allows for this project to get done. But I want to highlight a couple of partners as well, and particularly Aegon USA Realty Investments and Christoph Gabler, Ann Simpson, and Chris Wise are here today. And Aegon is our investment partner. And they're the biggest chunk of money in this project, $65 million, as we said. And they are not one to call attention to themselves, but I just want to tribute to them and just tell you briefly a brief little story. Okay? We closed this project in the midst of the biggest financial meltdown that most of us in our lives have seen. And from the time that Aegon said yes to this project, which that wasn't easy, we had to convince them about a lot of things. We had to bring the councilwoman, we had to bring the Corps of Engineers, all kinds of things. but they said yes. And from the time they said yes, before all that meltdown, to when we closed in December, they stuck by us. And one of the things I remember every time I walk through the New Orleans airport, I get a shiver because I walk over this one tile in the ground. When I remember when I was walking through there, it was between Lehman Brothers going under and Bear Stearns or Merrill Lynch or something like that. And basically nobody knew if anybody had any money. And I got a call, and it was a 415 area code. I was like, I know who that is. And we're about 3 weeks away from closing, or maybe 4 weeks away from closing. And sure enough, it was Christoph. And Christoph said, in a very nice way, he basically told me he wasn't sure if they were going to be able to go through because their money was coming out of Europe and out of the United States, and rightly so. Nobody knew if anybody had any money at that point. And Christoph said, I remember very clearly, he said, here's what we're going to do. If it's okay with you, what we're going to do is we're going to stand by you. We're going to act like we are going to close it. You need to tell anybody you need to tell about this conversation, but otherwise we're full speed ahead as if we didn't have this conversation. So, of course, I had to think for a long time whether I was okay with that. And I think it took me to the Delta check-in line to say I was fine with that. But
that's supposed to be our secret.
Aegon has stood by us every step of the way. They've been incredible to work with. Let me just tell you, they're investing in New Orleans beyond our project substantially. They're investing in numerous projects in the Gulf region, the GO Zone, in Louisiana, and New Orleans. And they're one of the biggest and the best investors in the country. And so the fact that we have them on this project is a lot of the reason that we have what we have as well. Because at every step, they and our other private funders have said, if there's a way you can rearrange the budget and make that project better, let's do it. We have had no resistance on it. So I really want to thank Aegon and a tribute to you, and I hope you're very proud of this, and we're glad you're investing in the next phase. Brian Calendar's here from Regions Bank. I just want to mention Regions Bank as well, that again, when nobody knew if they had money, stepped up and has been our construction lender, and jumped in with Scott Howard and Yvette Cole at the time here in New Orleans and said, this is a project that we want to make happen, even though we're being told we can't make any more real estate loans after this one. And they have, and they've been great partners. Thank you for the words to the construction team. You said it better than I can, but the construction and design team has just been incredible here. And I'm going to be remiss to go through everybody's name, but Bow Brothers, our contractor on the infrastructure, is one of the best things in Louisiana is Bow Brothers. And they've been tremendous. And BBL Builders we had to find the best builder we could find to take on this challenge and build it in a time frame. And Mark and Chad and Stan and your team, Kevin on site, and the rest of the team has just been incredible. And they have bought into the vision that was set as far as what the quality level needed to be, and adjusted all kinds of things. Like I just have to point out, they adjusted. We said partway into the job, let's make this a LEED silver project, and that's no small thing. But here we have it today. So you guys have been incredible. Ron Harwick as our design architect with JH&P. We work with Ron all over the country, and Ron came here and put his firm behind a really special challenge, working in the very early days of the Bayou District. And then we joined up with Broadmoor Design, who's a great firm here in New Orleans, and Dean DePlanche and his team. And we saw some of their work, and they have shepherded us through our first major project that was a rather large one here in New Orleans, and done an incredible job. So I can't thank everybody enough. Let me just say one other thing about our partners. The Housing Authority of New Orleans, David Gilmore on down, Maggie, your team. Daniel's here today. Ben Stevenson's not here. David's here today. You guys have been incredible partners and with us every step of the way. And it's not easy. There's more obstacles that say you can't do what's been done than say that you can. And you've helped us knock those down and work side by side together. And the Bayou District Foundation, Jerry and Gary Solomon, Mike Rodriguez, and the rest of the board, you guys have set an incredible vision. So we continue to be honored that we were able to be your partners, and we have a long way to go. I estimate we're about 40% through what's going to happen on this site, as great as this is. But the vision goes much further and much longer that the Bayou District Foundation has set forth. I just want to thank a couple of people and point out on our team, if I could indulge. You've talked about our incredible staff here, and the job that they do. And you saying it is better than me saying it, but they really have. And there's some exciting things. I like what the councilwoman said about Parc in the Holy Cross project. We have several members of our team that are here today who left New Orleans either because of Katrina or before, who, when we had this opportunity, came back. And they're the core of the team that is managing this project. And so having people who come back to the site and who know New Orleans and who say, I believe in this and want to make this happen is just really incredible. I want to point out a couple of people who have been here from the very beginning with Columbia Residential and our partnership. Noel Khalil. Noel had the original vision to say in the wake of Katrina, what can we do? How can we do what we do and bring that to New Orleans? And that's come to fruition with the relationship with Eastlake and with the councilwoman and with Jerry and the Housing Authority. And I was fortunate to join him when he needed to close the project and join in as a latecomer. But Noel set an incredible vision. And what you see and what's complemented here in the standard of excellence and the heart that's in the project. Noel always talks about heart when whether we're talking to a landscape architect or the architect or whatever. And he always wants every job to be the best one we ever did. So that's a lot of where that energy comes from. And thank you, Noel, for the just a couple other folks have been here from the beginning. Lynn Cassell has led our management team and going back to the very beginning and how we're going to manage a mixed income project, how we're going to work with Louisiana and Hano, and then actually doing it. And I love that you talked, Ms. Pence, about the postcards, because there was a tremendous amount of effort to try to reach out and let everybody who had been here know that what the opportunity was going to be to come back. And Lynn, you've led this team in a tremendous way, and thank you. I want to point out Jake. Jacob Von Trapp has been our project manager from this project on the outset. And Jake works out of Atlanta, but he's here all the time, and he's thinking Columbia Park all the time. And Jake has just done a fabulous job. This is one of the largest tax credit transactions in United States history. And it's got complexity galore. But it is run like clockwork because largely to Jake's efforts. And so we're just so thankful for that, Jake, and appreciate your work. Milton, I'm glad you mentioned Monica McKay. Monica, unfortunately, couldn't be here. She's been our project manager here in New Orleans from the outset. Also done an incredible job teaming up with, from the very beginning on the project with the rest of our team and representing us locally as we build our team here. Robert Barfield has led the construction charge here and overseen all of the construction work, our contractors, the design process. I think Robert's been here every week for the past 30 months, and his wife will attest to that. And I think he's been here, his wife told me that she can measure the day that they got their son because it's the day he started traveling to New Orleans. But Robert has overseen that and just done an incredible job, and we're so thankful for his work, and I know that all of you on the construction and design teams appreciate that work with him. And so, Robert, we just want to thank you and your team for all you're doing. Thank you very much, and thank you for coming out today. I do want to invite you. We're having a big party tomorrow for the residents. We have about 400 families that live at Columbia Park now, and we're having a big party tomorrow that you'd be welcome to come to. And I think we have hundreds of families who are coming, and a big celebration because we want to have the same kind of celebration with our residents. And also, I invite you afterwards to tour. Make sure to eat some of our food and ask questions, and we'll be glad to show you around. Thank you again very much.